Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very glad to meet you here again in our lecture. Today is the turn for the student to present or perform his or her presentation or material today about understanding anecdote. Okay, for the information given to me, today's presentation is the Sarah chance. Okay, Sarah, please share your material.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I've given the access to you to share it so that I myself and your friends could see and understand your presentation well. Okay, time is yours.
Okay. So can anyone see now my share screen?
Yes, I can see it well, Sarah, from my place. What about the others? The other
Yes, I can see.
students? Could you
Clear, Pak.
see
Yes,
or
clear. Yes, clear.
yeah?
From my side is clear. Thank you.
Okay. And now,
Okay.
please, Sarah, present your
Okay.
presentation today. And I hope the others will listen to it carefully and well, so that at the end of the presentation, I hope the other students will be able to give advice or give the question related to the topic discussed. Okay, please, Sarah.
Okay. Thank you for the time given to me to present my my topic today about the understanding of anecdote. And first of all, before we move to what is related with anecdote, first we need to know the definition of anecdote. Anecdotes are short and personal stories or accounts that provide insight into individuals' life experiences or perspective. This succinct narrative serve various purposes, from entertaining and as well engaging audiences to illustrating a point or conveying a deeper message. And the understanding anecdote is very crucial for effective storytelling, as well as connecting with others on a personal and emotional level. That's the definition of what anecdote is. And then we move to what is the purpose of the anecdote. The primary purpose of anecdote include the first is illustration. Anecdote serve as a real-life example to support or to clarify a broader point, concept, as well as thema. And the second purpose is engagement. The anecdote capture the audience attention and make storytelling more relatable, more memorable, as well as emotional resonant. And the third purpose is entertainment. Anecdotes are a sort of humor, amusement, captivation, enhancing the overall impact of a narrative. And last but not least, the purpose of anecdote is a human connection. With sharing personal experiences through anecdotes, it can foster empathy, relatability, and shared humanity as well. We also need to know what is the benefit if we use anecdote in our daily life. Understanding and using anecdotes offer several advantages or benefits. The first one is communication. For sure, anecdotes make complex ideas more understandable and relatable. The second one is emotional impact. The anecdotes evoke emotions, helping audiences connect with the storyteller's message. And the third benefit is engagement. The anecdotes keep the listener or the readers engaged and interested in the narrative that they convey. And people remember stories and personal experiences far more effectively than abstract information. That are the benefit or advantage of using anecdotes. And then what should we consider when we using anecdotes? So we have to keep in our mind about these factors. The first is relevance. We need to ensure that our anecdotes align with the main message or point that we want to convey to the listeners or to the readers. And then the second one is appropriateness. We need to choose anecdotes that are suitable for the audience, and for sure as well need to suit with the context. And the third one we need to is clarity. Yeah, we need to craft anecdote with a clear beginning, the middle, and as well end to avoid confusion. And number 4 is length. Keep anecdote concise, focusing on essential details to maintain audience interest. Next is usage. Anecdotes find application in various contexts. For example, public speaking. Speakers use anecdotes to engage the audience, make speeches relatable, and illustrate key points of the speech. And writing. We can also find the use of anecdotes in writing. The authors often incorporate anecdotes in essays, articles, and books to captivate readers and reinforce arguments. The next usage of anecdotes we can find as well in social interaction. The anecdotes are valuable in everyday conversation, make our discussion about some thema or some topics more interesting and as well personal. And we also may find the anecdote in education. The educators use anecdotes to bring lessons to life, making the learning more engaging and as well memorable, especially for the students. So what kind example of anecdotes? The first one is humorous anecdotes. A stand-up comedy, for example, shares a funny personal experiences about a mishap during a family vacation or about another theme or another topic interesting or other interesting topic. And the second is inspirational anecdote. It's about a motivational speaker recounts a personal journey of overcoming adversity to inspire and to motivate the viewers or the audience. And the third is educational anecdote. A teacher shares a classroom experience to demonstrate the effectiveness of a teaching method. And number 4 is historical anecdote. For example, a historian tells a captivating story from the past to make a historical even more relatable and memorable to the viewers or to the audience. So we move now to the conclusion and recommendation. It's very valuable to understand the anecdotes as a valuable skill in effective communication as well as for our storytelling skills, yeah, because anecdotes humanize message, making them relatable and memorable as well. To make the best anecdote, to make the most of anecdotes, we need also to keep in mind, or we have to pay more attention about. The first one is we have to be selective. Choose anecdotes that are really fun, appropriate, and clear, not too biased. And then the recommendation is, sorry, this is the second point from my from my previous slide. Yeah, the second is practice storytelling. It can hone your storytelling skills to deliver anecdotes effectively to your viewers, readers, or audience. And then the third, we also have to know how it looks like, who is our audience, and we need to tailor our anecdotes to resonate with our audience. The fourth one is balance anecdotes, use them judiciously to support our message without overwhelming our content or our thema or our topic that we want to convey to our audience. So we are now into the end of my presentation, and that's all that I can present today about the understanding of anecdotes, more or less. Please feel free to ask if there are any question or if there are any additional information that can reach our today's thema about anecdote. Thank you for the attention, and I give back the time to Mr. Lecturer. Thank you very much.
Okay, you are welcome. Thank you so much. That's all about the presentation from Sarah. And now is the session for giving some advices or to make some questions maybe related to the topic being discussed today. So maybe some of you haven't understood yet about what the anecdote is. So today I'll give you the chance to deliver or maybe to give your suggestion about anecdote itself. Okay? Please, who would like to give his or her comment related to Sarah's presentations today? Maybe Pauzi?
Yes, sir. Good.
Oh,
Thank you for
okay.
the time.
Mr. Eko. Yes, please.
Yeah, I have one question. Maybe for example of anecdote short story, maybe Miss Sarah can give some example, sir?
Okay, Sarah, have you heard about Mr. Eko's question?
Yes.
Mr. Eko has delivered a question about. Please repeat your question, Mr. Eko.
Yeah, can you give example of anecdote short story, Miss Sarah, for me to make more detail about your explanation before?
Okay. Okay. Your question is about the example of anecdotes, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. Here in my PowerPoint slide, I have also explained and mentioned there are four example of anecdote. Probably, I guess it could be more than four, right? But at the moment, based on my research, I only found four. That's why, if any one of you can share to us what kind of example of other anecdote as well. So the first four from me is, the first one is a humorous anecdote, something humor like stand-up comedy, something like that. We classified that as a humorous anecdote. And then the second one is inspirational anecdote. Yeah. As we know that a lot of motivator, for example, in Indonesia, it's very popular, Mr. Mario Teguh. Yeah, it's a very popular motivator. Probably he, on his show, I'm not really sure because I just a few times watching his show, but I guess he convey as well inspirational anecdote. And the third one is educational anecdote. For example, if the teacher shares a classroom experience to demonstrate the effectiveness of a teaching method, we can also say it's an educational anecdote. And then the last one is historical anecdote. That are the example of anecdotes.
Well, that's the answer, Mr. Eko. Is it clear enough for you? Or you still have
Still confused.
some more questions?
Yeah, I'm still confused, but no problem. I will try to read again his explanation before.
Okay, I hope Sarah, after having the lecture today, please send your material, or now within this discussion, please send it into our WhatsApp group number so that the others will read or reread it and understand the point of your presentation. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Eko, for giving or making question. Maybe the others. Maybe the others. You can give suggestion, make question related to the topic today. Okay, Sarah has sent his material today into our WhatsApp group number. So now please read it to find out what is the problem, or what is the main point that you want to underline to this lecture. So maybe you are still confused, okay, about some subtopics related to our discussion today. Maybe about the definition, okay, about the kinds, like Mr. Eko Okay, what about the others? Maybe Mr. Fauzi. Do you have any opinion?
Thank you for the time, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, for me it's clear because normally that is my material. So I
Okay.
have read for all. So what the Ibu Sarah explanation is everything okay for me.
Okay. So is
Maybe
it
from next.
okay? Is it clear enough for you because it's your own material? Okay. Thank you very much. Maybe the other Nancy, maybe. Do you have any suggestion related to the presentation? Maybe about the way of doing the presentation or the technique of Sarah describing her material? Or do you want to add some additional information regarding to our topic today? Nancy, could you hear my voice? Hello. Or maybe Taman, do you have any opinion? Or do you want to ask something about understanding anecdote? So maybe you want to ask Sarah, what is the difference or what are the differences between anecdote and joke? Sometimes we couldn't differentiate about which one is anecdote and joke itself. So maybe Sarah could explain it a bit to your friends.
Okay, before I answer the question about differences between anecdotes and jokes, there is some additional information that we can also use anecdotes in terms of business. For example, in marketing as well as or advertising, yeah, the company can use the anecdote to, for sure, to advertise their product, to tell a story, and to give like a success story from the customer who already use their products. So the aims is to make the product or service more relatable. We can also use the anecdotes in terms of business, not only for personal life, share experience, as well as for education. We can also use anecdote for business and marketing. And a question about what is the difference between the
Anecdote and joke itself. So maybe we sometimes find out about joke and anecdote.
Okay.
We usually think, or what we call it, couldn't differentiate between which one is anecdote and which one is joke. So could you demonstrate or explain to us about the essential point between anecdote and joke. Maybe a little bit explanation.
Okay.
Maybe
In
about
my opinion, in my opinion, the differences between anecdotes and jokes are, the first point is purpose. The purpose of anecdote, yeah, as we know, as I already explained, that the anecdotes usually personal stories or short narrative.
Okay.
Okay, and jokes primarily intended to amusement as well as entertainment.
Okay, that's correct. Thank you very much. So,
yeah, to make people laugh. Yeah.
Okay, to make people laugh. So the goal of joke is to make people laugh.
That's right.
Okay, that's the point. So I hope every student could grasp this one. So maybe in the other occasions, you could give the conclusion or the definition, which one is anecdote and which one is joke. So this definition will not give you the misleading understanding. Okay, thank you very much, Sarah, for giving a comprehensive explanation about the differentiation between both of them. Okay, is it enough? Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. So, I think that's all for today. As usual, before I end the meeting, I will share the link of the attendance so that our attendance today will be recorded well. And also, after finishing this lecture, I will share or send our material about understanding the anecdote itself into our application of eCampus. So there will the assignment there. Okay, there will be the assignment there, so that I hope all of the students do it correctly and submit it at least next week before the lecture started. Okay, and now for the time being, I will share the link. Okay, please check our chat column to find out the link of the attendance. The first one is for the executive students, while the second one is for the regular one. So please fill in, time is yours. And while filling out your personal identity into there, please give applause to Sarah because she has performed her presentation well today. Okay, please give applause to Sarah. Okay, I hope the next presentation will be performed far better than Sarah. Which student will have the next presentation? Mr. Fauzi?
Yes,
Yes.
the next
Yes.
Monday,
Okay. Please
we
prepare
make a
yourself well
presentation.
to be the next performer next week. So what is the topic for next week, Mr. Fauzi? Hello.
I'm still missing, sir. I will check.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Because the position now is managed for my athlete all around Bali, so have the centralization. So now
Okay.
it's a very busy the moment. but I will check.
Okay.
I make sure
Yes.
if next Monday I'm ready.
Yes, okay. I hope Mr. Pausi will prepare himself far better than Sarah presentation today. Well,
I
I
hope
think
so.
that's all for today. So please don't forget to check your eCampus account to find out the material of the lecture today, and also please do your homework well and correctly, and then submitting into our or your account in eCampus. Thank you very much for your attention and great participation today. I hope what we have learned or studied today will give you a new insight about what anecdote is, and your knowledge will be applied well when you find the problem related to the topic of being discussed today. Thank you very much. Have a good day. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bisa.
Yes.